See, one of the recurring themes talking about is creating your digital Wakanda. You don't have to be in Silicon Valley. You can use AI to create your own community wherever you are. Now, let's talk about key number 5 in the book. The framework is adaptability. And one of the stories that I used to really punctuate this entire process is one of the advantages of small businesses is the ability to be nimble. When something happens, you shift and adapt. So in the early 2000s, I mean, if your frame of reference can go that far back, Blockbuster was a behemoth. Blockbuster was huge. They have this business model where they overcharge people late fees and they made a ton of money. So when Netflix came and introduced streaming, Netflix actually did go to Blockbuster at one point and said, "Look, go ahead and buy us out for $50 million." And they laughed them out of the office. They thought it was comical because they were so blinded by a business model whose time has passed. So they completely forgot or ignored the concept of adaptability. Fast forward to 2010, Netflix is a billion-dollar company, and Blockbuster's filing for bankruptcy. So here's a moral story: you want to be Netflix, you don't want to be Blockbuster. You don't want to be the guy that's sitting in the corner and everything is changing, and you're saying, "I'm going to cling to my model just because this is the way it's being done." Just because it's done like this doesn't mean that that's how it's always going to be done. As a business person, when times change, you adapt. That's key number 5. Now let's talk about some real case studies. One of those I've already talked about, the HVAC company that made $22,000 off of sending 1,000 texts that cost $10. All right. And we also have a situation where a dental practice was able to collect 90 reviews and AI follow up with them. AI wrote the review. AI actually optimized and reposted reviews on social media, and that was responsible for 40% increase in booking. And here's another story where the HVAC guy here in Union City went from 0 to number 1, 2, and 3 in the Google Pack, and that was equivalent to him getting literally 6 or 7 calls a day. All right, 6 or 7 calls a day, and that translated to $10,000 to $12,000 a month. So these are some of the ways, and these are some of the real case studies that literally verify results. And I'm talking about these things that happen with no ads, no fancy technology, just an AI system that works while you sleep. So here's how the book came about. After I developed framework, as a matter of fact, I can tell you a quick story. I was talking to a lady from New York. We were having a conversation, and oftentimes when I'm having consultations, I ask the question. Oftentimes diagnose a problem and then come up with some solution. She had the table turn this time. She started asking me questions. So while we were talking, she's like, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I used to work as a computer engineer, but now I run a pizza shop." And she was like, "Pizza shop? How did you get there? How did that happen?" She became very interested. She leaned in. And after that conversation, I started thinking about my 7 keys. And that's how the book came about.